The Terrorbyte is the best vehicle in GT Online, plain and simple. It's a pretty big statement to say, but it is the most well-rounded vehicle that fits many different playstyles. Whether you are one who grinds or one who, finds themselves in a lot of fights, the Terrorbyte will never let you down. You can find the Terrorbyte over on Warstock Cash and Carry, where it will give you various different options to upgrade it. But before you buy a Terrorbyte over on Warstock, you first have to own a nightclub. The cheapest nightclub is Elysian Island for 1.1 mil, and the most expensive is West Vinewood for 1.7 mil. Once you buy the Terrorbyte, you will see it will add a extra floor on called the Terrorbyte Garage, or the level B5. Coming down to the level B5, or more known as the Terrorbyte Garage, you will see the Terrorbyte has a garage all to itself where you can then walk up to it and get into it. This will allow you to press right on the D-pad and upgrade things like armor, brakes, engine, and all that fun stuff. It will also give you the option to respray it and make it, any color that you like. The Terrorbyte is also one of the most armored vehicles in the entire GT Online, taking 34 missiles to blow it up. It doesn't matter if it is a RPG or homing missile, it takes 34 no matter what. Over on Warstock, you are able to add some upgrades to this. You can add a turret station, a drone station, a weapon workshop, and a specialized workshop. The specialized workshop will be this area right here where you can put your Oppressor Mark II and upgrade it. The weapon workshop will be right here where you are able to walk up and, customize Mark II weapons. It will allow you upgrade them, and it will also let you, deal with any other weapons that are Mark II. So for, say, the heavy sniper, you can customize it here even if you don't have a Mark II variant of it. Next to the giant-looking iPad, there is the drone station. The drone station won't show up unless you purchase it as an extra cost in Warstock Cash and Carry. The drones in the Terrorbyte are actually pretty fun. The boost on them lasts a pretty decent while, which makes chasing down people pretty easily. It also has a shock feature, which is a taser equipped on the actual drone, which is a very cool thing. And it also has the option, if you want to detonate. So if you hold down LB, it should start to detonate. As you can see, it is charging. And in a little bit, these two cars will blow up. Just like that, the drone goes away as it blew up, and you now start the 1 minute cooldown. The drones are a very cool feature. Not a necessity, but a very cool feature to have. It's fun to troll people with them, constantly shocking them as you're a little drone in the sky and they can't really do much to combat it. The explosion feature of, being able to detonate sometimes comes in handy, but not much. But overall, the drones are something very fun to, mess around with. Pretty much right behind the drone station, if you choose to get this one too, is the turret station. Now, many of you may assume that, the turret station is a turret, but it's actually missiles, and it locks onto ground targets and air targets. It has a decent, range of lock on. I think it's about 500 meters, and you'll see that you lock on and the missiles go and fire. It's a pretty short cooldown, but I must say the missiles don't really do that good of tracking. As you can see, it's cop cars right there, and it can't really lock on that well. So the missiles aren't really that good on this. The Terrorbyte also has really armored windows. As you can see, if you just unload, it takes a decent amount with getting down to 29 bullets, making it, pierce through. But obviously, if you have FMJ rounds, it goes straight through. And as if the Terrorbyte wasn't already good enough with all those past features, Rockstar decided to make it better with the Agents of Sabotage DLC, adding 4 new upgrades. One of those being a collectible scanner. You'll see when you press it down on the right stick, it'll pop up with, like a sonar looking radar, and will start showing these, white circles for collectibles. The annoying part about this, though, is it doesn't really pinpoint for you where it is. So you do have to kind of figure it out after that. So like it could be back here, whatever collectible I was trying to find. It could be up on the roof. But I can feel my controller vibrating as I'm doing it, which means I am getting closer and closer. And there we go. Right there, you found a collectible. The collectible scanner is a cool addition on, but I don't think it's really the best. you have to drive around constantly in the Terrorbyte. And while the Terrorbyte is a very quick and, fun vehicle to drive, I don't really see myself driving around to find collectibles. I'd rather just go online and search up a map of them. So that is kind of a useless feature, I think, that costs, I think it was like 1.3 mil for the collectible scanner. And it just shows on your map. I wish you didn't have to, look at the map the whole time, because if you want to, find these collectibles, you have to constantly drive around and look at your map. I wish it kind of played a sound or kind of hinted at you more than just having to constantly look, down at your map. Another feature that the Terrorbyte got is called silent running. This allows you to go incognito pretty much while sitting still. So it does not work while moving in the Terrorbyte, but once you come to a stop, you will see your radar icon will start blinking, your nameplate above your character will go away, and it will completely take you off the radar and make it seem like nobody is in the vehicle at all. This is also cool because when you're in the back of the Terrorbyte using the missiles or the drones, it also lets you go off the radar. Your icon won't blink, indicating you are off the radar, but you will still be off the radar. A pretty big downside to silent running is you can't use any of your weapons while sitting still and using this feature, so this is a primarily defensive feature. Another new feature the Terrorbyte got, which most of y'all have probably heard of, is a missile lock-on jammer, which is crazy for this thing, as it already takes 34 missiles to blow up, and you're telling me that I also can't get locked onto? That makes this one of the probably, I think, the safest vehicle in the game, as Oppressor Mark II griefers can't just roll up on you and just start blowing you up, as they can't lock on, and it also takes 34 missiles for them to blow you up anyways. I think that upgrade is the most worth it for the Terrorbyte, but there is still one more feature to the Terrorbyte. And that last feature is the Master Control Terminal, which I think makes this the best. As you can see, when you press right on the D-pad, it'll take you to the normal touchscreen computer that the Terrorbyte already comes with. You can, get your normal supplies. But when you press X on the tablet, it'll actually pop up the Master Control Terminal. This is the same terminal that is in the arcade, and it is way less. This only cost $500,000. The one in the arcade is like 1.7 mil, but I don't know if this is the case 100%. Correct me in the comments if it is the case. If you already own the one in the arcade, I think the one for the Terrorbyte is cheaper. Correct me if I'm wrong, like I said, but it seems like it would make sense. But the Master Control Terminal is the best thing. It allows you to manage everything. Your nightclub, your gun running, and if you're MC President, all of your MC businesses, along with special cargo, vehicle cargo, and air freight cargo. This makes the Terrorbyte one of the best because it is the most armored vehicle, 34 missiles, missile lock-on jammer, and you can access your businesses anywhere. The Master Control Terminal, I think, just really wraps the whole Terrorbyte up as making it one of the best. Now, saying something is the best is always a pretty big statement, but I think the Terrorbyte can hold that name loud and proud. It is a tanky vehicle taking 34 missiles, RPG or homing, and has an additional missile lock-on jammer. It allows you to access your businesses anywhere on the map with the Master Control Terminal. It has missiles, drones, a collectible scanner, which isn't as useful, and allows you to go off the radar while not moving. If that just doesn't sum up the perfect vehicle, then I don't know. Because the Terrorbyte not only has all those features, it also has great speed and handling for a vehicle like this. Now, it can't ram vehicles out of the way as well as something like the Acid Lab can, but the Acid Lab can't let you do all the things that this can. And I think that makes the Terrorbyte just the best vehicle to use and own in the whole game. Not only for grinders, but just anybody in general. You'll definitely feel safe in this thing, especially with the missile lock-on jammer. Anyways, if you made it to this point in the video, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.